Now, Moscow says it's disappointed by President Obama's cancellation of a planned visit to Russia next month for bilateral talks. Well, yesterday, the White House announced it would scrap the trip, partly in retaliation to the Kremlin's decision to grant asylum to the American whistleblower Edward Snowden. Arise News' Sarah Hemrajani reports.
It's being regarded as the iciest period of the new Russian-American Cold War. President Obama's cancellation of talks with his Russian counterpart was blamed on a lack of progress on several issues. But the central point was Edward Snowden and Russia's decision to grant asylum to the intelligence whistleblower.
We believe we need to continue to cooperate on areas where we can, where there's progress to be made in the world. And Iran and North Korea are both certainly good examples of that. But there are also areas, as I mentioned, like missile defense, human rights, certainly Edward Snowden, where we have disagreements, and those will be part of the discussion as well.
Washington says the move has deepened pre-existing tensions between the two countries, but the Kremlin claims that the US cannot develop ties with Russia on an equal basis. Despite the war of words, some analysts say the public dispute over Snowden overshadows other lingering disagreements.
I think the rationale here was that as the White House looked at the summit, and they looked at the big issues on which they hoped the summit would make progress, nuclear reductions, missile defense, trade and commercial relations, they concluded that there was no real give on the Russian side, so the summit was not going to produce any tangible progress. So Snowden, which I think everybody's focused on, I think it was a factor, but a very minor factor.
Both sides have reiterated that dialogue will continue. Obama will still travel to St. Petersburg for the G20 summit, while the State Department has confirmed that Secretary John Kerry will meet Russian officials on Friday. Sarah Hemrajani, Arise News.